Hello, I'm Eddie Rabbitt. You know, I rarely talk about my personal life, my family, and our time together at home. But that's exactly what I want to tell you about now, because this video has been a dream that my wife Janine has had for about 10 years now. And I am so proud of her for turning her dream into a reality. Years ago, when Janine came to me and told me that she wanted to study belly dancing, I must admit I was skeptical at first. Janine didn't have any dance training, and the whole idea was, well, kind of off the wall. But since that time, I have watched her work so hard, and I've admired the way she's taken this beautiful classic style of dance and turned it into something very special in her life. And, interestingly enough, it's become very special to me too, because every time I see her perform, I fall in love with her all over again. Janine and I have had 3 children together, and I can tell by looking at her that belly dancing has kept her in great shape. Now, I run 5 or 6 times a week and work out on machines, so I know what it takes to stay in shape. And I can see the beneficial effect that this dance has had. And more than that, it's kept the mystery and the romance in our marriage for 15 years now. I sincerely hope you find this instructional video as fascinating as I do. And now, I'm really proud to introduce you to my favorite belly dancer, my best girl, my wife Janine.
Hi, my name is Janine Rabbitt, and welcome to Belly Dancing for Fitness and Fun. Just as the name implies, belly dancing is a great way to stay in shape. And I know you're going to have lots of fun as you learn about this beautiful dance form. I first saw belly dancing as a child growing up in Greece. My father worked for the American government, and we spent several years overseas. But I didn't get to study belly dancing until after we came home. I remember I was fascinated by the dance itself. I was a little bit hesitant at first, though, because I didn't have a dance background. I was just an average person, and when I was younger, I was a little bit of a klutz. I didn't know if I could dance or not. Luckily, I had several wonderful teachers who were able to break the steps down. And I found such fascination in the dance itself that I began to teach others what I had learned. Now, if you're as uncoordinated as I was, don't worry, because in over 10 years of teaching, I've never had a student I couldn't teach. Now let's begin with a brief history of the dance. The term belly dance originated from the Arab word baladi, which means native dance and native rhythm. It can be traced back to 3500 BC to dance rituals during the time of the pharaohs. Belly dance is also referred to as Middle Eastern dance, dance oriental, or oriental dance. Most people picture the Middle East when they think of belly dancing, but really the dance is also found in parts of northern Africa, Algiers, Morocco, Egypt, Turkey, Greece, northern India, and throughout the Mediterranean borderland. Belly dancing was a form of communication. It tells the woman's view of the world, and it expresses and represents a vast variety of emotions. Belly dance was initially performed in the harems among the wives of the Sultan, and today continues to be performed at weddings and even as a dowry dance, as a poor girl's way she could perform to earn money for her dowry. And of course, it is also part of cabaret life. The dance was brought to the United States at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. Little Egypt made it popular in the early 1900s. Later, it became popular on the vaudeville circuit and finally found its way to Broadway and Hollywood. Today, belly dancing is as beautiful and mysterious as it was thousands of years ago. It's a great way for you to exercise and be feminine at the same time. It can tone up your muscles, improve your posture, increase your stamina, improve your overall grace and coordination, and add to your flexibility. And for me, well, it's been a great way to stay in shape. It has also helped me shape up my life and my relationship with my husband. And it's even helped me dance away the blahs and the blues. Maybe it can do the same for you too. Now that you have an idea of the history of the dance, let's get to work. Of course, be sure to get your doctor's okay before beginning this or any other exercise program. I'm going to teach you 3 separate dances in this tape. Then you can put them all together or just choose the parts that you like best. At the end of this tape, I'll show you a full performance of what I do. You'll find that my style of teaching incorporates some of the interesting movements from both the Egyptian school and the Greek-Turkish school of dance. And so you'll be learning a kind of an Americanized version of belly dancing, which is very easy to learn. Normally, if you are entertaining, you would make a showy entrance. You can use finger cymbals, or zills, as they are called, and I'll be teaching that in the 3rd routine on this tape. Next, you would stop at different places throughout the room and do body isolations. These isolated movements of the stomach, hips, and ribcage are what has given belly dancing its name. Then you would take off your veil and play with it, using beautiful and flowing movement, and again slow body isolations. Then there is a routine of floor work, and lastly, you would make a fast and dramatic exit. Okay, if you're ready, let's warm up. Why don't we do some general exercises now? But I don't want you to think that these are dance movements. These are just general exercises to help you with your dance. We're going to start with our hands first because in Middle Eastern dancing you do a lot of hand work. We're going to push the wrist forward and then the fingers. Push the wrist and then the fingers. Wrist and fingers. Wrist and fingers. You'll find if you're right or left-handed, you'll have one hand that'll work better than the others. For me, it's my left hand. Wrist and fingers. Wrist and fingers. Now we're going to turn the wrist in. Just turn the wrist. Turn it the other way. Okay. Now we're going to do our arms. Okay. We're going to do big circles like you did in school. This direction. Reverse. Big circles. Teeny little circles this way. Little circles this way. Okay. Now we're going to take the hand movement that we just did and put it with the arms. We're going to move the wrist in and put the arms up and down. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do the shoulders. We're going to lift up and drop. Up and drop. Up. That feels good. Up and drop. We're going to do one shoulder up and out. Up and out. Other up, out. Up, out. Now front, front. Front, front. Front, front. Front, front. Front. We're going to do our waist now, which is very, very important in Middle Eastern dancing. You will be using the lateral muscles here. So first we're going to reach to the ceiling. Reach your fingertips up to the sky. Pull each side of your waist. Now we're going to go to the side. Reach the side. Like you're reaching for a package on each side. We're going to stretch. Stretch down each side. Stretch. When you're doing these exercises, feel free to do as many as you want and on both sides. Now we're going to turn our waist in a circle. Again, like you did in school. I'm going to go touch the floor now. Now I'm ready to do some exercises on the floor. The first move we're going to do is we're going to put our back up and roll one vertebrae down at a time. You press your back into the floor, lift, arch a little bit, press it into the floor again, and do this again. One vertebrae at a time. Press your back into the floor, arch, press, again. Well, let's do another exercise on the floor. This is real good for your abdominals and your back. It's the cat. It's called the cat. Arch. Arch, relax. Arch, relax. It feels good. Arch, relax. Arch, relax. Okay. Now let's work on your legs a little bit. We're going to stretch the hamstrings out because being flexible all over is an asset. Reach to the front. Leg. Right leg. Front. And put your feet together. Try to think about putting your knees to the floor. Okay. Now let's get up and do some things with our thighs. The thighs are really almost the most important thing in this dancing. You've got to have strong thighs to hold the basic position, which we'll get into in a few minutes. We're going to bend and come up. Little pliés. Bend and up. Bend and up. You're working your quads here. Bend and up. Bend and up. Now we're going to lunge. We're going to work our quads and our glutes now. Lunge forward, straight. Forward, straight. Forward, straight. Forward, straight. Forward, straight. Okay. Last thing. Can't forget your feet. Up on your toes. Up, down. This works your calf muscles. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. And again, feel free to repeat these exercises as often as you need them. Up, down, up, down. That's good. Now you should be all warmed up and ready to go. Now before we get started, I want you to know that this is a dance of control, not abandon. You'll learn to control your muscles using understated, subtle movements. If you learn only one thing from this tape, I want you to learn how to dance and have fun. Don't worry about having to remember all the moves. Just stick with one move until you feel comfortable. Let your emotion guide you and the music guide you. This is a dance that's in the face, mostly in the arms. I'm going to start at the top now and go down to the bottom in teaching. But first, I've got to teach you how to run into the room. Now, on running in, the way I want you to do this is put the backs of your hands together, point your foot, and step. Point, step, point, step, point, step, point, step, point, step. It's just the way to get you into the room a little more gracefully. Okay, that was pretty easy. Now let's do the hands. We touched a little on this in the exercises. I want you to still push with the palm and lead with the fingers, but I want you to push out with the second finger. Make it look more graceful. Push with the second finger. You can do this up around your body or around somebody's face. Push. Now I want you to pull. Pull with the second finger. Pull, pull. Now you can turn. You can turn your fingers down, one finger at a time. Okay. Now on the arms, usually when you dance, you just have your arms in these positions and you're not always doing something particular with them. It's almost like playing traffic lady. You have your arms out here first, then you can have them in front. This is another position to have them up here. You can have them out like this. You can have them like this or like this. Usually when you're dancing, the most important thing is just have your attitude in your arms. Have your arms out rather than you don't want to be dancing like this. Now, a specific thing that we can do with the arms is to roll the shoulders. You push it forward and roll it back. Forward and back. Forward, back, forward, back. Bring your arms up. Forward, back, forward, back. You can bend your knees a little bit, make it look a little better. Forward, back. That's pretty easy. That's good. Now we're going to do snake arms. It's a little bit harder, and let me show you. It looks like this first. The way you learn this move is I want your palm facing your thigh. I want you to think about carrying a package, or if you don't mind thinking about this, I want you to think about being a gorilla where you have your arms like this. You're going to bring your arm up halfway. When it gets up halfway, you're going to turn your wrist up, drop your elbow, and come back down. Halfway, turn your wrist up, drop your elbow. Now when you get halfway up, when you get up, drop your wrist, come down. When you come down, this arm goes up, drop your wrist, come down. It's almost like playing airplane. So if you have a hard time getting both arms going, just think about playing airplane. Now when you do snake arms, it's called snake arms, you can cross your leg. Gives it a little bit different look. And you can uncross your leg. Now a little bit more advanced move here would be to just swim the arms to the front. Swim them to the front. We're going to put our hands like this. We're going to pull them apart, and when they get at the top and the bottom, turn the direction. Now we're going to pass them, turn the direction. Pass, turn the direction. That's called classic arms. It's a little bit more complicated. Okay, now we're going to move to the hips. Now, when you're belly dancing, the basic stance is bent legs. I know this might seem like an odd stance to take, but I want the chest erect. I want the knees bent. What we're going to do is we're going to do hip lift. With this knee bent, we're going to lift this up a little bit and drop it. Up, push it up into the waist and drop it. Up, drop, up, drop, up, drop. You can go to this side, up, drop, up, drop, up, drop, up, drop, up, drop, up, drop. Now there are quite a few things that you can do with the hip lift. You can get on your toe, and you can, again, push the leg up and drop. Push it up and drop, up and drop. When you do this movement, you can move with it. Up, drop, up, drop. You can just slide the other foot, move to the side. You can move to the front, slide it. Drop, up, drop. Now there's 4 positions that you can put this in. You can put this in the front, up drop, a little further back, up drop, up drop, up drop, up drop, up drop, up drop, up drop. Or you can choose just to put it at the side and the back. Up drop, up drop, up drop, up drop. Side, back, side, back. Now the next thing, we're going to start to get into some body movements. There's about 4 or 5 figure eights that you can do. The first one is called the sway figure 8. And again, the basic stance is that you bend your knees. You're going to lift the hip up, shift your weight into the middle, and drop it in the middle. Up, shift, drop. Up, over, drop. Up, over, drop. Up, over, drop. After you learn a little better, try to make it a little smoother where you don't stop. Up, over, drop. Up, over, drop. Up, over, drop. Up, over, drop. You can do this, bending your knees a little further, going down, up, over, drop, and up. We're going to do something called the rib cage circle now. It looks like this. We're going to have to practice this on the floor, though. Okay. I want you to grab your knees. This way you can pull yourself around. We're going to sit up straight, go over to the side, slouch, or just relax. Side, straight, side, slouch, side, straight, side, slouch, side, straight, side, slouch, side. And after you learn how to do it well, you don't have to stop at each position. You can also go the opposite direction. That's a little bit advanced. Okay, let's try it standing up. It's a little harder standing up. Okay, put your hands on your thighs, and again, you can kind of push yourself around with this. Straight, side, slouch, side, straight, side, slouch, side, straight, side, slouch, side. Or you can put your hands up here, try it up here. You might find it easier up here. Straight, side, slouch, side, straight, side, slouch, side, straight, side, slouch, side. That was good. Since we're on the rib cage, there's a little bit more of an advanced thing where you just want to learn how to drop the chest up and down. Up, drop, up, drop, up, drop, drop, up, drop, drop, up, drop, drop. This is something that should come from the rib cage. Drop, drop, up, drop, drop. Okay, well, we've completed quite a few steps now. Maybe we should put them together. First, wait 4 beats. Then count to 12 and run in. Do 8, sway figure 8, 8, hip lift front and back, 8 snake arms with legs crossed in front, 4 snake arms, legs uncrossed, 8 rolling your shoulders to the back, 4 rib cage circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was pretty good. Now let's move on. I need to teach you a few things in the next section. The first thing is just little hip circles. Just move your hips around a little. You can go down a little further and come back up. Just move them a little bit. Now the next move is a big hip circle. It's really similar except you exaggerate it. We're going to go to the front, stick your stomach out, side, back, stick your bottom out, side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side. That's good. Now hip shimmies. They're kind of fun. The way to do this move is to really kind of place your feet hard into the floor and just think about taking each hip out to the side a little bit at a time. Side, 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 side. And as you do it faster and make the movement smaller, you will shimmy. Side, 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 side. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. On this move, you can go to the side a little bit. Bend your knees. Shimmy to each side. And you can shimmy to the front. Now I want to show you a walk that's a little different. It is one of the basic walks in Middle Eastern dance. What you do is you're going to turn each hip to the front, and you're going to get on your toes. Front, 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 front. You can add a shimmy to this, something a little more advanced. Front, 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 front. I know until you get it, it's going to seem a little funny, and I kind of compare it to ducks sometimes. But it really looks good once you can get it right. Okay, this completes all the moves in this section. First, repeat the steps we learned in the first section, and then we'll add 16 big hip circles, 16 walk, 8 sway figure 8, 16 walk, 8 sway figure 8, 12 walk, 12 ribcage circle, and 16 hip shimmies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2. Now you're ready to learn the last section of the dance. Now there's two things I need to teach you in this part. First is the shoulder shimmies. I want you to hold your arms out and push each shoulder forward, forward, forward. As you do it smaller, you can do it faster, and it will shake. It might be good to wear some jewelry so that you can feel yourself shimmying. That's good. Now the last body thing, which is very pretty and a little difficult, is the undulation. The way you do this is you put your chest forward, you lift at attention, and slouch. Forward at attention, slouch. Forward at attention, slouch. Forward at attention, slouch. To walk with this, it's called the camel. You get in a fencing position, and you do the same movement. Forward at attention. When you're at attention, your back foot comes forward, slouch. Forward at attention, slouch. That's good. I think now we're ready to do the whole dance. Now let's add these steps to the first two sections of this dance. 8 plus 8 sway figure 8s, 8 shoulder shimmy to the floor on one knee, 8 snake arms on the floor, 8 hip lifts coming up from the floor, then 8 hip lifts front and back. 8 plus 8 hip lift in a circle. You'll go one direction on the first 8 and the opposite direction on the second 8. 8 plus 8 sway figure 8 side to side. 8 plus 8 small hip circles up and down. 8 plus 8 plus 8 undulations and camel. 4 plus 4 undulation, circle, and pose. I'm going to teach you routine number 2. In this routine is some beautiful veil work. But first, I need to teach you a few steps. The first step is figure 8, sway figure 8 to the back. You push your hip to the side and back, side and back, side, back, side, back, side, circle it to the back, side, circle it to the back. That's good. Now I want to just say something about the undulation for a minute. We have done the undulation in the first routine where you go front, up, back, front, up, back. You can do this going all the way down and all the way back up. Front, up, back, front, up, back, front, up, back. That's a little bit advanced, but something for you to work on. Now, we just did sway figure 8 to the back. Now I want to do a hip circle on the right hip to the back. Side, back, side, back, side, back, side, back. I think now you're ready to learn about the veil. First, I need to teach you how to put the veil on. Okay, and we're going to put it on our left shoulder, evenly over the shoulder. Okay, we're going to tuck it left side, then come and tuck it on the right shoulder. Come around the back and tuck it in the back. Tuck this part in the front. And if you want, you can tuck this left side also. And before we start dancing with the veil, I want to explain that when you do dance with the veil, it's supposed to be your friend. I want you to act like you just love it. It means so much to you. Okay, I think now we're ready to do some things with the veil. The first thing we need to do is learn how to take it off now that you got it on. Okay, we're going to put our hand in the side like this. Pull the side out, pull the top out, put the other hand inside, pull from the front, pull straight forward. You'll find that you will be doing some work behind the veil like this with the veil straight in front of you. Now what we want to do now is there's a few moves with the veil. One of them is overhead figure 8. Put this right hand up, and when it can't go any further, then you bring that around. The left hand up. When it can't go any further, you bring that around. Up and around. Front, side, back, side. Try to make it nice and big. Okay. Then you can put the veil behind you. And you can turn in a circle. There's so many things you could do with it, really. Now just put it in front. And you can do any hip movement you want. Okay, this is a little more complicated now. I want you to put it in this position. You can turn this way, and you can turn in the opposite direction. Now take it down in the front, put it in the back. You can circle to each side. You can just circle one side, and you can do an undulation. Put your veil in front and pose. Well, that was a lot of fun. Now let's start routine 2. Here are the steps for the veil routine 2. You wait 8 counts, then 8 plus 8, sway figure 8, walking in. 8 plus 8, sway figure 8, in place. 8 plus 8, figure 8 to the back. 8 small hip circles, plus 8 large hip circles. 8 plus 8, ribcage circles. 8 plus 8, sway figure 8. 8 small hip circles. 8 undulation. 8 plus 8, undulation in circle and take veil off to the front. 8 plus 8, veil overhead in figure 8. 8 plus 8, veil overhead in figure 8 and body in sway figure 8. 8, veil behind, up and down. 8, veil in front, and do hip circles to the back on the right hip. 8, veil in front of the face. 8, veil in the back, circle both sides. 8, veil low, circle it on one side. 8, veil behind, and body undulation and ribcage circle, and bring veil in front and pose. In this routine, we're going to be playing finger cymbals, or zills. Now, I want to show them to you. There are 4 little round discs here. They're just like the big cymbals in the symphony. And they have little elastic that you'll want to attach, and really 1/2 inch elastic, or as big an elastic as you can in them would be good. When you turn them over, you put them together, you can sew a snap in the inside, or you can put a pin to keep it tight. Okay, now these finger cymbals go on the thumb and the second finger. One way to make sure that you've got them on right is to lay them on the table. They should lay flat on the table. And also shake them to make sure that they're not going to come off. And when you play finger cymbals, they're to be played usually in the fast part of the dance, in the beginning or the end, but you can also use them in the slow part of the dance as an accent. Again, when you practice these, you want to use the basic arm positions that I showed you earlier. You don't want to get stuck just playing them like this, otherwise you'll never be able to move or do anything. Now, these finger cymbals can make several different tones. There's a full tone, where you hit them full on. There's a tone where you just hit them on the edge, a little bell tone. There's a muted tone where you lay your fingers on the top. Then there's also an accent tone. You lay your fingers on the top, but you hit it inside of the finger cymbal. There are several different rhythms that you can play to these. Well, let me just go over 4 of the basics. Now, I'm going to play these left-handed, but it's going to be your right hand, and I'm going to talk about it as if it's right-handed. So it would be right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right. You just repeat that rhythm over and over again. It's kind of like a gallop rhythm, and that's your basic rhythm. You play that for usually ballade music, 4/4, 2/4 music. Right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right. Okay, the second rhythm is where you just repeat the right and left. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And you can put the first 2 rhythms together. Right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And the 4th rhythm you can use is a combination where you can put the right separately, or if you want to put a right, left separately. It's right, left, right, 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 left, right, 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 left, right. Right, left, right, 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 left, right, 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 left, right. Right, left, right, 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 left, right, 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 left, right. Now in routine 3, there's only 4 new steps. The first step we went over before, really. It's a hip shimmy, but what we're going to do is we're going to jump with it, we're going to shimmy down, and we're going to jump and land down. Shimmy down, jump, land down. Come back up, shimmy down, jump, land down. Well, that was pretty easy. The next step is hip circle to the front and back. And if you remember, we already did hip circle to the back in routine 2. Now we're just going to put the 2 together. Get on your toe, push your hip to the back, circle it to the front, and then front, back, back, front, front, back, back, front, front, back, back, front, front, back. Good. The next thing is just a simple circle. Circle, and then hip lift to the side and back, which we've already done hip lift in the first routine. Side, back. Good. The next thing is another body figure 8. This is figure 8 to the front. And instead of the sway figure 8 where we go side to side, it's to the front. We're going to turn our hip to the front, drop it in. Front, you shift your weight in and drop. Front, in, drop. Front, drop. Front, in, drop. Front, over, drop. Front, over, drop. Front, over, drop. Front, over, drop. Okay, well that completes our new steps, and now if you'll just watch, we'll give you the steps for the whole routine. Do 8 hip shimmies with your back to the audience, side to side. 8 hip shimmies, back to the audience, front to front. 4, walk with your zills on. 4, hip circles, front and back. Circles on the right hip only, no zills. 4, walk with your finger cymbals. 4, hip circles, front and back on right hip, no zills. 4, walk, zills. 4, hip circles, front and back on right hip, no zills. 4, walk, zills. 4, hip circles, front and back on right hip, no zills. 4 plus 4 plus 4, each hip up and walk, playing the finger cymbals. 4, turn in circle with arms up and down. 2, end with hip lift, front and back, zills. 4 walk zills, 4 figure 8 to the front, no zills, 4 walk zills, 4 figure 8 to the front, no zills, 4 walk zills, 4 figure 8 to the front, no zills, 4 walk zills, 4 figure 8 to the front, no zills, 4 plus 4 plus 4, each hip up and walk with the zills. 4 plus 2, turn in circle with arms up and down, end with hip lift, front and back, zills. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a great time. I know I sure did. Be sure and practice now. And have fun belly sizing yourself to a better you. You know, belly dancing is a great exercise and a beautiful expressive dance form. I'd like to leave you now with a performance that will hopefully inspire you to keep on dancing. See you soon. Yasu.
يفوت مية وزرع جديد بحلمنا ويا عالم يا كنا ويحلى يفوت مية وزرع جديد بحلمنا ويا عالم خليلي عينك عالدار عالجاي اللي كل أزرار خليلي عينك عالدار عالجاي اللي كل أزرار بكرة الشتوية بتروح وبنتلاقى بنوار بكرة الشتوية بتروح وبنتلاقى بنوار يحلى عيد يضوي عيد نزرع منهم العناقيد كنا ويحلى يفوت مية وزرع جديد بحلمنا ويا عالم كنا ويحلى يفوت مية وزرع جديد بحلمنا ويا عالم جمال ملوش مثال، جميل جمال ملوش مثال، ولا في الخيال صدق اللي قال زي الغزال. جميل جمال ملوش مثال. ليه الدنيا جميلة وحلوة وانت معايا؟ ليه بتخلي القلب بنشوة وانسى قسايا؟ ليه الدنيا جميلة وحلوة وانت معايا؟ ليه بتخلي القلب بنشوة وانسى قسايا؟ تسألني ليه معرفش والسر ايه؟ تسألني ليه والسر ايه؟ عطف وحنان من الزمان، عطف وحنان من الزمان، ولا عشان جميل جمال زي الغزال. جميل جمال ملوش مثال، جميل جمال ملوش مثال. أصحابي لو تعلموا عذابي تشكوا على أنصاري يا ما عملوا. أيها الأصحاب لو تعلموا عذابي تشكوا على أنصاري يا ما عملوا. هتيدري هتيدرت يا عيني وهوالي لي هوالي لي هوالي لي ويا عين هوالي لي هتيدرت يا عيني وهوالي لي هوالي لي هوالي لي ويا عين هوالي لي دلة سعيدة يا غزالة الله يهديك دلة سعيدة يا غزالة والله يهديك هوانا نبغيك الله يهديك يا عيني ونبوس ايديك والله يهديك وانا نبغيك لالا يا بنت الملك الله يهديك يا غزالة وانا نبغيك ونموت عليك وانا نبغيك والله يهديك خمخمخ حوامخ هتيدري مخمخ حوامخ هتيدري هيا تيدري